Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Morning Hustle, man. He been top 5 dead or alive for a long time.
Yeah.
And right about now, he keeping the ice pick sharp, man, with his brand new project, Ignatius, which is still sitting pretty on the top 10. Make some noise for the man, the myth, the legend, Jadakiss.
Yes,
sir. He's back again.
What's up?
Yo, man, congrats on everything you got going on right now, man. Ignatius is smoking them on the charts right now.
Killing them.
Yeah, thanks, man. You know, just happy to get the project done and get the stress off my back and, you know, get back to smiling.
What is that anticipation like? What is that build up? I mean, you've been through this so many times, but does it still feel like you say you got that pressure on you? Does it still feel a certain way every time you're about to drop a project?
I mean, there's a certain, like, case of butterflies there, but I meant really with this project was different because it was, you know, I never dedicated an album to somebody that I lost, you know, a dear loved one or a friend before. So the whole recording process was a little different. It was a little somber, a little darker, you know, crying. You could hear my voice was cracking on some of the songs from crying and going through it with Poobs and Dazel in the studio. But after completing it and pretty much doing what I set out to do, it feels great. You know, the response is great. His kids' mothers, they call me and text me, and they love it and they appreciate it and received it very well. So that was like a grand opening, grand closing for me right there. This project ain't about the numbers or none of that kind of stuff. Of course, everybody want to do 50 trillion streams and all that, but to satisfy myself and to satisfy them and the people that knew them and loved them is a beautiful thing for me.
How did you feel completing that? Did that help your grief process? Did you
Definitely, because, you know, the reason behind me even making the project was me and him went from speaking every day for like 9-10 years in the morning, every morning consecutively, to him not wanting me to know that he was fighting colon cancer. So I was like the last person to find out. So going through the funeral, all that kind of stuff, it still didn't sit with me. I was still looking for a way to, like, you know, get it, you know, ventilate. So then after it weighing on my shoulders and back and me just keep constantly thinking about it and can't believe it, I'm like, yo, I'm going to do a project, name it after him, try to do everything he ever asked me to do, and then that'll be like a relief form for me, and it worked, you know.
And for anybody that's been under a rock, obviously you dedicated your project to Ice Pick J.
Ice Pick J.
And one thing I did get to see was one day you did a PSA with Swiss and Styles for colon cancer. And I remember y'all kept saying at the PSA, G, check your colon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was something that, because it's something that needs to be done, but it's something that I feel like people shy away from. What do you think is the problem of why people are not taking care of their health that much when it's clearly things going on that remind you that you need to?
A lot of times I think people are scared to get the truth. You know that. They don't want to find out, which is a stupid thing. And a lot of times you could be perfectly fine, and then you go to the doctor, he tell you something wrong, and you wivel away. So I don't know, but we got to go to the doctor more. We got to get, you know, especially blacks, Latinos, or, you know, our people, we got to go get checkups and more often and make sure you're good. And that's why we got the juice bars, Juices for Life.
That's right.
Just trying to bring health awareness to our people so we could prevent it, you know what I mean?
And
even
I think
if it's one person at a time.
No doubt. And I think sometimes it takes something like hitting close to home to really bring the most personal work out of people. Like on I Know with John Legend, you know what I'm saying? On that second verse, man, I was definitely like feeling your pain on that, man.
Yeah.
Like going into this process with this album, were you working on an album prior to Ice Pick's passing, or?
Nah. And the last thing, me and Fab did the Freddie Jason, and he was actually there for the early negotiations and when we was starting it. So then he passed away. We had to stop that because I was dealing with that whole thing with him passing. Then we completed it, and I wasn't thinking about doing no album. That just came to me out of, I created the whole thing off the thought.
And I feel like you never disappoint from the first song to the last song. You flowing, you going. You always got the punchlines. How do you keep the punchlines fresh? Because you've been going at this for years, and it seems like you got a lot of rappers out here that's recycling they same flows, using they same punchlines. I done heard the same punchlines in 10 songs, but you've been doing this consistently. Where you even get these punchlines from?
I don't know. Just keeping my ear to the street. I listen to the new stuff. I listen to everything. You can't be in a bubble. You got to embrace the new. Also use the kids, Styles' son, my son, Sheik's son, whatever young dudes we know in the hood. Sometimes young energy in the studio. It's just good to combine it. Once you start thinking whenever anybody that think they bigger than the game, that's when you get swept under the rug. You got to keep your ear to the streets, stay abreast of what's going on, even if it's not your cup of tea. As long as you know what's going on, it'll help give your career legs.
Now, it always is appeared that you are a Jedi level rap dude. So who made Jadakiss work hard in the studio? We're like, all right, cool. Well, I gotta really show up.
Nah, that's anybody you get on the song with. You know what I mean? Never underestimate or never take nobody for granted. But at the same time, every song ain't Jedi, even though it should be to a certain extent. But to get the best out of a song, you want to sometimes stick to the same topic. But some of them, sometimes you got to pull the swords out and take heads off. You got to always have that superpower in you to last in this game, though.
It's crazy because you do have the ability to have every hood dude be like, yo, I rock with Kiss. But then you talk to the ladies so well that it's so crazy. Like, you got two records. It's more than two. But every time I put on Instagram or Snapchat, it's either the record with you, Ross and Neo, or you and Ty Dolla $ign that the girls is reciting. And even though Crack told me when I said I love Jada, he said, like most girls that wear Timberlands. He tried to comfort me, and I had on Gucci boots that day.
It was a boot nonetheless. It was a boot. Somebody out.
Tell him, Mel.
Yeah, come on now. But you got the Chanel bag wearers, me, but all of that good stuff, and they really rocking with you too.
As a coming up under Biggie, and Biggie being our big brother and mentor, he always told us to do everything at a high level, whether it be a beer commercial, whether it's a song for the chicks, whether it's a hardcore symphony, whatever it is, do it to the maximum level, you know what I mean? And you can't take a song off just because you're talking to the chicks. The same way you want to talk to the dudes, you got to talk to the ladies. And ladies actually buy records and stream it and buy hard tickets and come to the show. So whenever you always must cater to the females, you know what I mean? And some dudes get too caught up in being too thugged out, but you got to ride that line and cater to everybody, and you be all right.
You've always done a great job.
If you get the ladies, you good.
Yeah. From beginning, you've always done well with that. And, you're talking about Biggie was a mentor for you. Now you're in a position where you're kind of a mentor for a lot of artists that are coming up. And it's like you, Sheik, Styles, y'all kind of came up young as well. So what is the biggest difference you're noticing, from the time you guys first got into the business and the industry and how it was versus today for young artists?
The same stuff is going on. You know what I mean? All it really is the money.
Money's different.
You know what I mean? Yeah. These kids today are making a lot of money. We made a lot of money. The budgets were different in those times than they are now, and there was no 360 deals and none of this, the way they structured now. But it's always good to give game to the younger artists and let them know the do's and don'ts. And you see Meg is going through whatever she's going through contractually. It's no different than what we went through. You see Mace talking about his publishing, things with Diddy. So it's always going to happen in the business, especially for the artists, because we at the bottom of the totem pole, and there's no union or there's no, unless you got good parents or a good entourage or a good lawyer, or you just balls to the wall in the library or on your phone or computer learning it, you're going to go through some hardships.
Yeah.
But for the most part, before you do sign anything, try and educate yourself as much as you could before you make a marriage or sign some papers, because it's going to hurt you in the long run, the least you know.
Right.
How important do you think it is, though, now with the digital age and streaming?
Oh, it's very important. It's just more intel you need to know now, because now they took the actual hard paper and turned it digital.
Makes it even harder.
Yeah, it makes it even harder. So you got to stay on top of that stuff. You got to pray, because you're going to need the Lord with this. It ain't even just everything you know. You got to pray. You need some good, solid people in your corner, and you know what I mean? And then you'll be all right. But you can't just sign anything. And if nobody made you sign it, you got to kind of take the blame for that until you fix it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's something that we learned even with our whole thing with Diddy, with the Let the Locks Go and all of that. At the end of the day, we grown men and business owners, and we probably would have did it different if it was today.
Right.
But we did, at the end of that, say it was our fault. It was our managers and our lawyers who nobody made us sign that contract. We signed it. So you got to own up to that while you're going through what you're going through as well, because I'm sure they ain't put a. I mean, in some cases it is. Some cases I did that. Yeah, but for the most part, you know what I mean?
Right.
If it's a Vanilla Ice Suge Knight type of thing,
Upside down.
That's different. But if it ain't, you got to own up to it and just try to make sure it never happens again. And I wish Meg the best, and I hope she rectifies it early, and same with Mace. You know what I mean?
And you said it on your album. You said, I believe it was like most of the people in power is evil or something like that. Is devils or whatever. What's your relationship with Diddy now? Because it looks like Mace.
He actually hit me he actually texted me like 5 a.m, but he was on LA time. So once I finish a few of these interviews, I'm gonna hit him back. We solid. I'm solid with Diddy and Mace. That's why I want to see them work it out. You know what I mean? Not in the public eye. I think at this state of our lives and where we at in our careers, they could meet at a nice restaurant or Diddy's crib or somewhere neutral. Or, I just think they could work it out. I think it's fixable, but who am I? Maybe he tried everything he could do, and that's what led him to do the rant on social media, and maybe he didn't. But, hopefully they work it out. I'm neutral. I'm NFL for life.
Now, Jadakiss, if you could hit reset on your career, right, and pick any time within the history of rap to drop in, like maybe you didn't come out in the late 90s, like, how like we know you for. Maybe if you could have came out in 85, maybe if you could have came out now.
No, I think I came out perfect. I think I came out the time that's if anything I could have did in my career different is one time when I was going at it with Siegel and I was ripping I was in the arena ripping it. I'm talking about to this day. I need the footage because it had to be one of my craziest shows, dog. I felt like Luther, Michael Jackson. I felt like I was crushing it, and then I just started doing the diss song, the Beanie Siegel, and they threw everything you could throw. The whole show switched from me killing it to they threw everything you could throw at me.
No.
And then I'm like, yo, even sometimes today I'll be alone like, why'd you do that? Like,
Feelings a ride or die kind of thing, yo. Like,
that was the stupidest thing I ever did in my career, right there. For me, if the old kids could go back and tell a young kid something not to do, I would have never. You should have never did.
Performing a diss record, I feel like it's tricky because I've seen Nas get booed at Summer Jam for performing Ether. They booed him like off the stage. So I think when you do a diss record, you never know who's like.
It got to be the right
fan.
climate. They got to ask for it.
You gotta hear somebody say, "Fuck Benny Siegel." Like, bring it
It's
on.
time. It's time. Bring it on out.
And I was in his home. I was in his backyard, so that was the
That
stupidest.
was pretty brave.
That was
Yeah,
stupid.
it was.
I'm gonna show this nigga today.
But in hindsight, because I'm a big thinker, when I sit down and think about, damn, I was like a co-headliner to that show that day. He wasn't even on the show. So that was enough. Like, that was it. That was like the Lord, like,
Right.
oh, what are you doing? Like, they got you here. He's not on the bill. You should just be thankful for that. But, that's the devil and the angel. The devil came out and screwed my whole show.
Throw your ass out the frame.
Crazy.
But you knew the beef was real when you started killing him on a diss record over a dance beat. It was like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
No,
like,
I mean, music is art, so
Yeah,
you gotta
you
go
get
off
it.
what you like. And that was the beat that I happened to like that
I remember that shit.
And it's ill because, like, even
Disco
when you look
beat.
at what Drake,
Yeah, it was a disco beat.
but when you think about what Drake did with the battle rap format, like, he dissed when he was going at Meek, he
Yeah.
got him over a beat that people could kind of ride to. You know what I mean? So if you can get people,
He actually was able to do it on a real song that was that charted and that people loved it. And it's crazy. So that was crazy.
Yo, so when you think about the long con game of rap, you know what I'm saying? I was just having the same conversation with Rhapsody the other day. Like, do you
Super
see yourself?
dope. I love Rhapsody.
Yo, a Rhapsody Jadakiss
Super
record
dope.
be out of here.
I think we're gonna get that soon.
Okay.
Rap-
Why is it
Somebody
not?
gonna too.
She's super dope. Knife Wonder's my brother, so we're gonna make that happen. But
So I was asking her,
Rhapsody's
does she
super.
still see herself rapping, performing live when she's 16? She's like, hell yeah. Now, where do you sit with that?
I don't know about 60.
The content is aggressive and some things are
Not
hard
60.
to pull off,
My knees ain't gonna
D
be
block.
right
I
at
mean, it'd be hard to.
It's
D
my
block,
knee.
right?
My knees ain't gonna be right at 60
You
though.
can't do it anymore.
But nah, I feel like I'm gonna rap for a long time, but not to 60. Not
Even
to
if your
60.
subject matter changes,
I don't care
like, you
what
know,
the subject. 60?
Who's 60 that's
60?
still
Yeah,
performing right
who-
now?
who-
I mean, Jay's on his way. He's 50.
LL's
He's
definitely
still
on his
cooking.
way.
Hov ain't gonna be rap. He don't even. He just raps for fun.
Yeah, it's like
He ain't gonna
don't
rap
move.
when he's 60.
Public
dog.
Enemy is still out
Chuck
here.
D ain't 60.
Chuck
But they
D
still
like
performing.
58 though.
that's pretty 60.
He said
Performing.
performing.
Performing
He
is
said
different.
performing.
You said like
Putting
I
out
might do.
records.
Yeah, I might hit the stage at 60.
Yeah, I think to come back out
Somewhere.
is one thing, but to
Yeah,
be
but
on
the-
tour at 60 is
Yeah.
a lot.
Maybe not on
Crazy.
tour, like
I
festival.
mean, Mick Jagger and them, they've
That's
been
it,
going
that's
on
what
since the
Chuck D's
80s.
point.
so-
At the time,
That's
this Chuck
what
D is
Rhapsody
59 right now, and like Public Enemy still drops albums every year. Like they're not well promoted, but he still
Well, they
drops
broke up
albums.
before 60.
But I would just love to
Yeah.
hear what, like,
Chuck is 59.
yeah, but I would love to
That's
hear
hard.
what like
He in
55-year-old
great
Jadakiss
shape.
would have to say.
My
gonna be
voice
on
probably
fire.
be gone.
It's gonna be more authentic
Yeah,
then.
it's gonna be. Nah, I don't know.
That's going to be your call.
It might be a call.
This man a pump.
They gonna have to hit. Somebody gonna have to slap me on the back to make this sound. They hit her, slap the back.
Instead of paying a weed man, yo, press the button.
Yeah.
You got
I have to walk
it.
around with a digital.
You know
sound.
one thing I was always interested in? How did your hairline come back out of
It
nowhere?
never left.
Man,
I never.
Why?
I
Why
never.
did you make it bald?
Cause that was the style. Like,
I
I
never
just
did
came
that.
up.
Mhm.
He came up rocking bald heads. We had a bald head. X had a bald head. But I was never bald. You know what I mean? I never went with. I don't know the doctors.
I thought you
I
had the
don't know.
surgery first.
Yeah, nah, none of that. I'm just in good. I eat.
God
right.
blessed you with
I
that
eat
line
right
still.
and work out. Yeah,
you
I was
made it
able to
work.
still have my hair.
I had to ask
I
you.
don't know the
was
doctors.
hating.
I don't know none of that.
I didn't know if it was
Nah,
the kale.
and I always told Styles and Luch, when they hair goes permanently, I'm coming back with my. That was gonna be the time when I let my hair come back, and then she went to the bald head, and I came back. I have a little balance.
Styles, his can't come back, right? Like,
I think that's gone.
I mean, he might come up with some type of serum, black seed
Right.
molasses. He might come up with something that make the joint come back. He might find a fruit concoction with some type of something. And, you know what I mean?
Wheatgrass
Don't count P out yet. He might make something up.
It's dope that you guys created businesses and things that put and kept it back, gave it back into your neighborhood and put back into your neighborhood. Can you speak a little bit on some of your business decisions that you've made,
Styles, I mean, as far as the juice bar was P, he really got the fire pump behind everybody on even the whole health wave. But, we ain't getting no younger, so you got to get on the healthy thing, attack that immediately. And putting them in the hood, in our neighborhoods, in any hoods, is just something we felt important to do. I also put up a basketball court in my hood on the block. Me and what's her name? Andrea Cousins she was the legislator or the councilwoman or something. Me and her went half, put that up. I do a lot of stuff in the hood that never gets to the media, none of that.
Did y'all have a car wash? Y'all had a car wash?
Yeah, we had the D Block car. We still got that. We don't own it no more, but it's still D Block car wash in the hood where we came from, the projects over there in 354. We do the turkey giveaways and the back to school and coat drives. We do all type of stuff. Just showing the kids that there's hope there. And they don't have to get discouraged and think they can't make it, even if you ain't going to be a rapper or basketball player. There's much more opportunities for you to make it out.
Yeah, because you got to diversify. Like sometimes I think you get caught into thinking that you'll have music forever or whatnot. And sometimes, like, you're going to have to – I think you guys have done a good job of showing people, like, how to diversify over time and get through those trials and the business. There's the music business, then there's all these other types of businesses that you can do.
Yeah, the music business is only really a stepping stone if you, if you followed it from beginning to end. You use it to get in is good, lucrative financial situations that can come from it, but you should also use that and build other things, you know what I mean? Like me, I'm trying to do voiceover things right now and acting as well. I got my first lead role in an animated movie called Supercharged. Comes out next month, I think. I got the lead role in that, so that was fun making that, and I want to do a lot more of that kind of stuff, and the artistry of it is only a stepping stone.
Congrats on that. Now, on the album, there was a line, and don't quote me on this, so you said you was getting money, but Ignatius taught you about wealth.
Yeah, I was seeing money. I wasn't seeing the wealth. He seen things in me that I ain't seeing myself. And that's just the kind of person he was. If you knew him or knew of him, he kept the poise at all times. It could be, we can be in a bad situation, we could be in a good situation. He'll always be like, we gonna get through it. We gonna be all right. He was one of them dudes that his energy and his aura was always needed. A rare individual that every camp needs a ice pick.
And you said he bought you hit records.
That only needed the vocals, yeah.
What was the biggest record that Jay bought you, and what was the record that he bought you that you kind of fought him on and it ended up being a big record for you?
The last few, though. Any of my last few hits came from Pick. Like, you know what I mean? Even down to Y. Like, he worked on Y with me.
Was you feeling
and I wasn't going to do it. He wasn't. No, I had the idea, but I didn't want to do it. And he like, nah, you got to do that joint. And then he helped me get the Pick the Beat from Havoc. Shout out to Hav. And brought it to life, Word.
So all these lists circulate, Kiss, and you're always up there on the list, right? So
those lists are like religious arguments.
Yeah,
you know
I was
what I mean?
gonna say,
Don't really get your feelings caught in them. I feel happy to make the list or my name to be in the mix, but I don't take that to heart. I don't care if I don't make the list. I know what I'll do to a lot of people on them lists. As well as they know what I do to them. But you can't really get caught up. You can't it's good to make them, and if you don't make them, it's not to jump off a building or feel like you ain't still a dope artist, or you know what I mean. Those people's opinions are their opinions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have a list?
I mean, my list changes according to the weather, according to how I feel, according to what kind of socks I got on. But it's always big, Nas, no particular order. Big, Nas, Hove, Styles, DMX, Pac, Eminem, Andre 3000. For one, it's always more than 5.
Yeah, it's always more than 5.
From the beginning of hip hop, is at least it's a nice amount of incredible rappers that came through the time machine. So they even try to narrow it to 5 is unfair that ain't right. And
but
that's
if we
why
narrowed it down to the top 5 rappers who did something after rap, who would your top 5 be?
That's different, right?
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it's a different story.
Now it's getting single-handed. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. Hov would definitely have to be one, and it ain't even after rap because he'd come back anytime and might come back with 4, 4, 6. So you can never count him out. But just to be a drug dealer from Brooklyn to damn near being equivalent to the president,
Yeah, right.
is just incredible. Even Nas, all of the investments, you know what I mean, the Ring doorbells and all of these kind of business moves that rappers are making nowadays, incredible. You know what I mean? The money Drake is accumulating to be somewhat of a new artist is dope. You know what I mean? It's dope. Just to see dudes evolve from hip hop, from rapping, to take it to owning teams and owning things, and you know what I mean? That's a blessing.
Is there any young artists that you feel like like a young artist that you may look at right now, like he's actually killing it, like he got something to say, he's spitting, and I think he's gonna go?
It's a lot of them. I like Corday. I like G Herbo. I like Dirk.
That's funny. He brung you up too.
I like Meek. You see Meek doing the business thing, the prison reform. That's big business for a young black man to start his career off doing. J. Cole. A lot of them is dope, man. Thugger. I like Thug. I listen to everything. You know what I mean? That's why I'm able to be here so long. I pay attention to it all.
Now, do the politics BS or something else? What is like the illest record that you're sitting on that we haven't heard yet?
It's a song called Black Niggas with Money. I need Hov on there, so I ain't releasing it. So I need Hov or Nas, and they keep playing with me, but I'm gonna get it done.
As in like slow response, or like, yo, I'm gonna get it to you?
Yeah, nah, it's just, they got a lot on their plate, so you got to catch them at certain time. With this business, timing is everything.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And at the right time, a lot of things can happen for you, and at the wrong time, they won't happen to you. And a lot of times you can be with people that you need to get work done, but that ain't the place to discuss it. So, just got to wait it out sometimes.
So Styles is now doing the marriage boot camp with Adjoa.
Yeah, they killing it.
Yeah, they killing it out there. So I know once upon a time Mona Scott approached you about loving hip hop because you got a girl to write a book and write something about me in there.
Me?
Yes.
I didn't make her write.
She swore you told her to write this book, and they tried to get you on the show.
No, I gave her the idea to write a book. Nothing like the book. Nothing like the book she wrote. You know what I mean? So I stopped giving out ideas after that.
So to give y'all the backstory,
that didn't go right.
He convinced a girl that worked as an assistant in the industry to write her stories in a book.
No,
He didn't tell her to do a tell-all. Is that my understanding?
Not the girl who worked at the source?
You
Was
never
it-
supposed.
This is a girl that was on
You
Love and
never
Hip Hop.
supposed to tell all nothing any. That's like tattling. Never tell
This
all.
girl's-
Never tell anything. But yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I didn't condone that. I take the fifth.
I tell you,
what
she
happened?
definitely was like, Kiss told me to write this tell-all book. It was this girl named Winter. She used to
Okay.
work for Fabulous. And
Gotcha.
she was on Love and Hip Hop New York. I didn't want to say her name because I didn't want to give her no shine. But anyway, she wrote like a fake tell-all book, like a superheadish book. And her thing was, when she came on the show, Kiss
I made her
told
do
me
it.
to write this book.
Wow.
And then she had all this stuff about Rough Riders in there. And all
You've empowered quite a few women who like talked a lot. Because even with the Superhead line, girl, they Superhead came through, gave the
Oh,
Superhead.
yeah.
Like,
She got that off the verse. I didn't.
Kiss, we gotta watch you now. You cool with
I didn't do that.
Superhead too?
I gotta cut this out. Though. I'm trying to promote Ignatius around here. Y'all overpowering my promo run with the wrong thing.
Okay.
That wasn't in the line. The one sheet.
Are you doing? Yeah, like cut that.
I'm never doing no reality TV.
Never.
Never.
Okay. And you-
Ever.
are you messing with the weed? Because I know you had a weed
Definitely.
company situation.
Always. Heavily.
He gave me some fire
You got a
weed in
strain?
Cali.
I'm working on it. I get offers damn near a few times a week, but they gotta be. I can't attach my name or D Block or LOX or my brothers. It gotta be fire. So we working on getting it to blow your socks off, and then we.
what is
We'll
like the
take it from there.
Jadakiss weed of choice?
It changes, I like cookies. I like gelato. I like
Weed.
Gorilla Glues. I like OGs. I like haze, sour. I like
What you roll up in?
paper, Fonto, backwoods, Bible paper.
Oh my God.
Is Cat still
Wow,
copping
there
from
we go.
Branson? Are they still getting the Branson jars?
Nah, we was just talking about Branson. Branson is branched out. I think he doing some liquor. He's doing some other things right now. I don't know what's going on.
I totally expected him to have a foot in his
Yeah,
weed
he should
game
be.
as much as we
Branson should
legendized
have
him.
a strand. He should have a strand called Branson
Yeah.
out there that, I gotta talk to B, man. B, if you out there listening, holla at me.
You're truly a legend, man. It's good to see you on another lap. Like, it took about 4 years for you to pull back up, man, but it's glad to see you still killing it with fire in your eyes, bro.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. You know that. Ignatius out there right now. All
Fire.
platforms. Check it out. Nice body of work to zone out to.
Nice.
Now, Jada, we a new show.
Mm-hmm.
When you come back through, can you promise us you'll bless us the same way you bless the LA Leakers, man? I need some official morning hustle.
When I come
Jadakiss
back through
bars.
with because my next swing back will probably be with the Locks to promote the new Locks album and the Locks documentary. So we definitely bless y'all. You know that.
Oh man, we
But
can
you,
do that.
I didn't hear you talk about the Locks documentary.
No, I don't want to talk so much, so I have something to talk about. when we come back.
Okay.
Come on, Al, let's stop.
I don't know how this works, man.
Why wanted the leak?
Yo, man, let's get into your new single right now, real quick, bro.
Kisses to the Sky right here, man, on the morning hustle. You know what it is, featuring Ricky Rose and my man Imani.
All right,
There
one
it
time
is.
for Jadakiss, y'all.
Yeah.
We are the morning hustle.